All right.
Okay, let's go.
Good?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, I'm Dr. Prathap Addageethala, and I'm here with the esteemed Dr. Nikita Suresh, famous nutritionist all over the internet. How are you today?
Thanks so much, Dr. Pratap. So I'm here with Dr. Pratap, as you all know already, and he's a chiropractor, and he runs and is the director of Atlas Chiropractic and Wellness.
Heal better.
Yeah, and he's got 2 centers in Indiranagar and HSR.
That's right. We have a place at the table here at a new restaurant in Indiranagar called FLAX.
Yeah, so FLAX is really interesting because the name FLAX is a seed and it's made of really good fats. And that's one thing, and this is a really good restaurant because it's in Indiranagar, and when you think of Indiranagar, all you can think of is pubs and bars and only partying. You would never think of health, really.
Never.
Right?
Yeah.
And to find something that's healthy and to go out and eat healthy food is one of the most difficult things to do.
They have interesting items on their menu. Like, you'll find things that are interesting to sample, interesting to munch down on. If you're really hungry, you can really find larger plates. We've been trying to work our way through these 3 plates, and believe me, it's taken a little while, and we're still working on it. So I'm having in my hand something very interesting. I'm gonna have a sip here.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see he loves coffee.
Oh, that's good. So this is an iced espresso called the cranberry espresso. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cranberry espresso at FLAX is unbelievable. If you're a coffee fiend like I am and you like a little bit of sweetness, you like a little bit of fruit, that was my first sip. It was sitting here in front of me, daring me to taste it, and that was awesome. I'm really happy about that.
That's nice. Yeah, like he was telling you about the different kinds of food and the cuisine here. I think you have Mediterranean, you have Mexican, Greek, a touch of Indian, and I mean, there's just so many things you could really try.
If you're looking for something interesting to eat, if you're looking for something healthy to eat, if you're looking for something that's off the beaten path, you don't want to have the same Chinese, Indian food that many places serve. This is a really, really refreshing take on healthy food. A lot of times you go to a healthy food restaurant and you get boring, tasteless. This is anything but. I really had a good time sampling. Not even all of them are non-vegetarian. I prefer non-vegetarian meals, and I had a vegetarian salad and it was rocking.
Yeah, and we didn't even have to put the dressing. Without that, it was just tasted really good, right?
We definitely wanted to try everything on its own, and yeah, I mean, even without the additional dressings, everything was. If you're trying to, improve your nutritional profile, like I am, if you're an active person, you're an athlete, you're working out, you're trying to cut calories, you're trying to get that 6-pack everybody was talking about. Abs are made in the kitchen, as the old saying goes, and I mean, why not start here?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great idea, because without the right food, no matter how much you work out, 1 hour, 2 hours, you're not really going to get toned or fit or improve any of your fitness levels. So you've got to eat right.
That's awesome.
And especially if you're a person who loves to go out, and that's where the majority problem is, you can't eat right.
Yeah.
And now we found a place there where you can eat right. So you don't have to lose out on your goals, right?
Perfect. You're a nutritional expert.
Oh, thank you.
What do you look forward to in visiting a restaurant?
So I'm very particular about my diet, and I don't really like to break them. Yes, we definitely do have the concept of cheat meals, where you can have a cheat meal maybe once in a week or so, but sometimes I don't even crave for it, even week on week without a cheat meal. But when friends really call you outside, you can't really say no. So I want to stick to it. So when I go out, I would look for a meal that's really not very greasy, not very high in oil, and the whole meal I would look for it to be balanced than having just a starter and then a main and then another dessert and things like that. I would rather prefer one meal that's completely balanced.
So you're not looking for salad. You're looking for a variety, but on the lighter end of things.
Yeah. So I would prefer that if it's one whole portion which has all of it, which has got a small portion of a salad and a little bit of protein. It could be a vegetarian source or a non-vegetarian source, and then some sort of a carb. It could either be some lentils maybe, or it could even be some grains, but I would need a mix of all of them. That's awesome. What I would look for.
Well, that's awesome that you touched on carbs, especially like lentils as carbs. Most people don't even consider that, right? A lot of times people think lentils is protein and that's I'm getting my protein in if I eat more lentils. And while vegetarians are hard pressed to find good protein options, and
Yep.
I know the vegetarians out there are raging right now when I say this, but it's a little bit more difficult to get adequate amounts of protein in if you are vegetarian. But I mean, the reason why I'm bringing this up is when we're talking about fad diets, right? We have the all-veg vegan movement, the vegan movement. We have the keto diets. We have the the intermittent fasting.
Yeah,
we have
there's paleo, and there's so many.
There's so many. So I mean, what is your take on these fad diets? Do you have a favorite? Do you find that one is more effective than the others? I know we're also talking about using these diets for different purposes.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to hear your take on
I
that.
think the most widely used reason of these fad diets is because of weight loss.
Okay.
And I personally believe all of them work because they're all restricted calorie.
Okay.
But I love food and I love Indian food, and most of my clients also prefer Indian food. So
Right.
going on to fad diets is short term and they really can't continue it. But keto, for example, gained prominence because of weight loss. Paleo is common among those people who work out, and especially CrossFitters very commonly follow paleo diet, right?
Ardent followers.
Yeah, because it's so high in protein. So depending on their goal, each sort of diet is followed by different set of people.
Right.
But I wouldn't really recommend any fad diet as such. I would just say stick to your plan, make sure they're balanced, make sure you control your portions, eat on time, and you should be able to reach your goal.
That being said, what are your top 3 tips for somebody trying to lose weight, trying to keep that weight off, at the same time not sacrificing adequate nutrition? We're not talking about starving yourselves, folks. We're talking
Of
about
course, yeah.
eating a balanced diet.
Yeah, I'm definitely not for skipping any meals or starving yourself like you just said. My top 3 tips would be, first is you have to restrict calories when you're on a weight loss plan. You just can't say, I'm eating healthy but I'm still not losing weight. That's probably because you're eating healthy, yes, but you're not restricting your calories. Second is portion control. Again, eating healthy is right, but how much of your portions? And third would be eating on time and eating early dinners, especially at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. I would say these 3 top tips for losing weight, apart from exercise and the other things.
That's amazing. Actually, that's one of the things that I've noticed here in my 5 years in India, is that people eat super late over here, and it has something to do with lifestyle. So all of those, dinner time calories just sitting on your stomach, going nowhere, no chance for it to burn off. So yeah, you're bound to get fat if you're eating later and later meals and not having that chance to burn off those excess calories.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah.
Regarding all of those things, what would you feel is like one of the toughest things about being a nutritionist?
Well, most of the people who come to me, I think they're already well read and they've already Googled and searched up all the different diets. So when I give them a plan, it's like, oh, but this I've heard is not good for maybe bloating. This I've heard is not good for my genes or for my blood type. And there's just so many questions they think they already know.
Right.
And apart from that, sometimes when I make a diet plan, say an Indian diet, and then they say, oh, but this is not a diet plan. You're just giving me what I'm eating. Like I don't really understand. Yeah, how is it different? So they think that if it is a diet plan, it has to be something completely different from what they're eating, and it has to be maybe fancy, or it's got to have some superfood, some foods from imported. Then it sounds like a really good plan. If you just give them regular food, home food, they don't think that it's worth it.
It's not fancy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where's the wow factor?
Correct. Yeah.
In our practice, we see a lot of chronic pain patients. Okay, and chronic pain, usually starts from. I'm generalizing here. There's lots of different reasons for chronic pain to start and to persist. But one of those things is inflammation.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of information out there. Like you said, a lot of people come back in with like, oh yeah, well, I heard this is inflammation. I heard that's inflammation, and it's true. But definitely, nutrition can help the body defend against inflammation. There are foods that you can eat that can decrease your inflammation.
Yeah.
What are your go-to foods for decreasing inflammation?
So the most common one, of course, is omega-3 fatty acids. You either get them from your fish oils, or you get them from fatty fish. You could also get them from vegetarian sources like your nuts and seeds. But this is one of the most important things on an anti-inflammatory diet. Also, the kind of oils you use for cooking, you would want to shift to maybe coconut instead of using refined sunflower, safflower. This is where it sort of starts than the major chunk of the diet.
Right.
So I would say the oils play the most important role in an anti-inflammatory diet. Yeah.
See, that's an interesting one, because we usually tend to think of things like, okay, drink more water, get more rest, but in terms of diet, that's something that I never would have thought of. So that's really a good idea, switching to good quality fatty oils with like you said, like good fats.
Good fats, yes.
Could you just expound a little bit on like the difference between good fats and bad fats?
Right. So cholesterol is one of the most widely used examples as a bad fat.
Yeah.
But actually, cholesterol is not really bad. It's produced in the body, and it's not so much from the diet. But what increases your rate of heart disease and all that is the saturated fat and the trans fat. These are the really bad fats. And the good fats, of course, are omega-3 and omega-6 and things from your nuts and from your seeds. And coconut oil and ghee, all of these have saturated fats, but in a limited quantity, they are not harmful.
Right.
But eating processed foods that are got outside or made from refined oils, these are the bad fats.
That's awesome. One of my favorite sources for nutritional supplementation regarding the scientific research that exists for these things is a site called www.examine.com. This particular site, it breaks down every single popular piece of information regarding supplementation, nutrition, and one of the things that they've demystified and made quite clear that it is beneficial to your body is omega-3s, fish oils.
One of the most important factors apart from diet is of course fitness and exercise.
Yeah.
And without the exercise component, no matter how much you eat right, exercise plays a role in it, and you have to work out, right?
Right.
So I've been working out for so many years now,
Right.
and kind of getting injuries is also a part of it, and that's in fact how I got to know you, where I injured my leg and came to you. And
that's right.
Why do you think it's important for people who exercise regularly, if they're not injured but still meet a chiropractor? Why do you think it's necessary?
Well, it's pretty simple, right? You have a vehicle, right, and it's running. It's like you never need service for your vehicle. Thing is, we're mechanical beings. We move around. Things move around in there. We're not stuck in one particular position for life. It's not a vacuum. We're not sealed in. And you go over a speed bump wrong while you're sneezing, and suddenly, there goes a disc, or there goes my joint. It's sore. My muscle got caught. Things like that. So the idea is that health is not just the absence of a disease.
Correct.
Just because you have nothing going on doesn't mean that you're necessarily healthy,
Yep.
right? So what I'm trying to say is it doesn't hurt to have your spine checked. If there is something going on, it's better to prevent it from happening or getting worse than to fix it once it's already there.
Yep.
So prevention
Better than
versus cure. Right, exactly.
Yep.
I've said this a million times, and I'll keep saying it, because the truth is, if you're working out on a regular basis, you're putting your body through a little bit more stress than the average non-exercising person, right?
Yep.
So you'll want to make sure that you keep your wheels in good balance. You want to make sure you keep your ticker going properly. You want to make sure that everything is in good, balanced situation, so that your pain doesn't shoot up suddenly, or there are no surprises. There's nothing worse than you getting started in an exercise routine. You're starting to see the calories go, the calorie count, decrease in your food and increase in your, calories out. And then suddenly you have this phantom injury that comes up out of seemingly nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, a chiropractor can help prevent that from happening, just because they can tell about your spine, they can tell you about your alignment, and they can keep you in a better position.
That's great, because pretty much how we talk about, come to a dietitian, start eating healthy before you fall ill. Don't come to us after you already, of course, come to us, yes, but not exactly after you fall ill and you need help.
We are
Start
here to help.
eating healthy before itself.
Correct.
Same way, I think they should, like you said, if they're working out more number of hours than a sedentary person, their body is put through so many things, so they would rather meet you, check if everything's okay and carry on, than get injured and then stop exercising for months together.
But what's interesting about that is that even people who are in a sedentary situation, even they have issues, right?
Yeah.
Think about being stuck in one position for 8 to 10 hours a day.
True, yeah.
So the rate of degeneration, the rate of your body getting stuck and stiff and things starting to fall off, those are also people who should come see us, so that we can prevent these larger issues from getting worse.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I'm going to kick myself. I forgot who said this, but motion is lotion, right? And you want to keep moving to keep your body fit, fine, healthy, as well as prevent those boogeymen from showing up, those nagging, sudden surprise injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
So nutrition being part of it, keeping your body healthy with a chiropractor, another part of it, Get out there, exercise, move. If you find a place like FLAX to get started with your fitness journey and your fitness nutrition journey, you only stand to benefit. This is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great combination of eating healthy at home, eating healthy outside, exercising, and get yourself checked so that you don't get injured and then stop your whole progress. So on the whole, yeah, a whole package works best for you, and you don't have to stop it and lose out on your goals.
You got it. She's smart. She's got everything under control. This is Nikita Suresh Dr. Nikita Suresh.
Thank you.
And you should follow her at
Niky Nutrition on Instagram.
On Instagram, Niky Nutrition, and you can follow us at Atlas Cairo India, or you can follow me directly at Dr_Prat. Really happy to have been here. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we shall definitely see you guys again in a future, situation.
Yep. Thank you so much, Dr. Prathap. And I hope we helped you with a few information, clearing a few doubts maybe about healthy eating and...
You know what? I just thought about something.
Yep.
You got anything else to add? You want to share something burning that has been inside your brain for a while that you just want to share to all those guys watching out there?
I mean, I would just say, don't complicate things. Don't think eating healthy is so stressful and complicated.
Yeah.
It's quite easy, and if you put your mind to it, you can definitely do it, right? It's same thing about health. Whether it's meeting a doctor, everyone's just doubtful. Oh, I don't want to meet a doctor. If it's a dietitian, do I really need a dietitian? I can do it myself.
Right.
Like, don't think about it. Don't complicate your food. Learn to enjoy, and it doesn't always mean healthy is not tasty. Healthy can definitely be tasty, as you all know, and now we know when we came to FLAX, and the food is definitely yummy. So healthy is tasty for sure.
You know what? You should change your tagline. It should be like, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Redo your food.
Redo your food. Yeah.
FLAX, redo your food. There you go. Some final messages is just, like she said, don't complicate things. Trust the experts.
Exactly.
Find the experts, but then when you consult them, trust them.
Yeah, we
That's the
know
part.
what's best for you, right? So trust us and don't come up with your Google search and doubt us.
It's good to come with information. It's just, trust the experience that your experts are providing. So that's my
So trust your expert. Clear your doubts if you Google search them, but don't doubt us.
They can't doubt you anyway. 10,000 followers. Hey, subscribe, share. Niky Nutrition, Atlas Cairo India, Dr. Prat. We'll see you next time. Feel better.
See you guys.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
You guys are naturals.
No script. No script.
No script, man. That was good.
That's what I was going to say. You guys are naturals.
Thank you.
We just like to talk.
Just like randomly.
Yeah. We just like to talk.
Yeah. How was it?
It's really freaking